Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 93 of Scion of the Dark House, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror podcast. Because it is Gothic horror, there may be some things that come up to a line for some people, such as blood, gore, violence, talk of abuse and trauma, body horror, and other such things. If anything comes up to a line for you, please take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So where we last left off the group, they had just returned from the Shadowfell and had run into Ed and Brennan having an argument. Seems Brennan wanted to go and kill the hags that had influenced his parents into doing all of the weird things that they did. Saint Freya had been revealing all of these things to him. He decided to go and kill them. However, Ed, somewhat being the voice of reason, informed him that this wasn't going to be possible. It is an entire coven of hags. That takes a lot to defeat. Luckily, the group was there, and the group offered to tie up loose ends for Brennan and to assist him in killing the hags, and Ed insisted on coming too. This was when Percy revealed that he had gained the spell Temple of the Gods and used it to create a cathedral that they slept in. Upon creating the next one, when stopping in Pinprick, something strange went on as a strange owl landed. Arthur was able to speak to it, but it seemed a little bit too smart to be just an owl. The group fanned out and began to investigate. Rerek, using Arcane Eye, found a wolf underneath a clearly man-made construction meant to hide and camouflage people in the woods. Jasmine smelled multiple humanoids as well as two wolf-like creatures. And Lark flew above the trees to see if he could see anything, but could not. While Percy, Ed, and Brennan stayed behind, it seemed a fog cloud rolled in, and owls attacked them. Luckily, Percy had an anti-life shell up. And a voice rang out, asking them to give up the child. And so we begin with rolling initiative. Okay, so Arthur got... Oops, let me check the chat. 19, 18.
16 for Percy and 13 for Ed.
13 for Ed. Oh yes, Arthur, what for Brennan? Ooh, they're not doing too hot.
7.
7 for Brennan. And
I have
now
11.
11 for Rerek, and then I have to roll for these things. Oh, they are not doing too hot. What is going on with my dice rolls?
Uh-oh.
All right. So first up,
Daddy.
we have... My God, it's like every player character is going before the monsters are.
Yay.
So first up, we have Arthur with Lark on deck and Percy after that.
Okay, so is it just the owls now then? Like, are they still
You saw, as you stare into the place where Ed and Percy and Brennan are standing, fog rolled in to create this huge bank of fog, and the owls flew into it. However, it seems that they have not flown out.
Okay, well, I guess they actively tried to attack my peeps. So Hail of Thorns? Like, are they clustery enough that I could
Um,
you?
I would say you could get a few of them. You would also be shooting at disadvantage since you are aware the owls are there, but you cannot see them in the fog.
Hmm. Okay. Well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think
And
I'm
yeah,
still gonna cast it.
okay.
And then we'll go Crypt Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Disadvantage.
Yeah. But
Okay.
also it's an owl, so it's not that hard to hit.
Well, with disadvantage, I got a 15.
15. Let me check. I think you actually do manage to. Yeah, they're not that hard to hit. So you
Yeah,
fire into the cloud, and there is a horrible owl-like squawk, and several more as you hear a few dead bodies land somewhere in the cloud. You don't know. Percy, inside of the dome, looking up at the cloud, the fog that is rolled in, about 5 dead owls, dead snow owls, covered in thorns, just on top of the anti-life shield and tumble off onto the edges.
Oh. By
There
the
are
way,
only
it's a
3
1.
owls left.
I rolled a
What?
1.
You rolled a 1?
I rolled a 1.
And you still hit? Oh my god. Your bow is insane.
I have a plus 14.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So you killed several owls. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Well, technically, since the Hail of Thorns, I used my bonus action. I could have also used my steady aim to actually cancel. I knew there was something I was missing there instead of doing the Hail of Thorns, but
Oh.
no, I'm just gonna stay right where I'm at. Technically not hidden, but I guess still like behind a tree-ish, something hanging
All
out.
right. So
Um,
next.
Jazz?
Oh, Jasmine. Yes.
Yeah, I guess she's just, I don't know how far she made it, but movement speed towards thing.
Okay. So she runs past the statue of the Weavers. She gets a little bit farther. It's probably a few more turns until she gets to where this creature is.
Okay, so she's got 50.
So she can get 100 feet.
I was gonna say, could she dash and call it 100 feet
Yes.
around? Okay.
Yes, she can dash 100 feet. However, it's probably at least one more movement,
Yeah.
one more move and dash before
That's
she
cool.
gets to this thing.
Yep.
So next up is Lark with Percy on deck.
So how much of the space is like covered by fog that I can't see?
It is two 20-foot spheres that are overlapping.
Okay. But I can see around it like the rest of the town if I like descend a little bit. Can I?
I mean, they're only
Yeah,
20
you can
spears.
see the town if you descend a little bit. But
They're only 20
there's a
foot.
lot of trees, and apparently these people are very well hidden. I will say all of you did hear the, give us the child and we'll consider not killing you line from somewhere.
Right. Okay, but I can't really see anything to like. There were some birds.
There were some owls. Oh, I will say after the owls landed on the ground, they exploded into dust and vanished.
Normal owls don't do that.
Yeah. Normal owls aren't known to explode into dust.
Yeah. So
Whoa
Percy would have seen that like right in front of him. But
Percy would have seen that right in front of him, yes.
Yeah.
Along with Brennan and along with Ed.
Yeah, yeah.
who I'm assuming is also in the anti-life shell.
The 10-foot radius, so he can fit.
Okay. I was just wondering if you wanted to put him in there.
Sure. I
He's
ran over
telling
to
the
Brennan. If
episode
he
that
came in
way,
too,
so.
sure.
All right.
Did I see the owls fly into the fog bank or no?
You did see the owls fly into the fog bank. You then saw Arthur shoot into the fog bank, and you heard quite a lot of bird-like squawking.
Okay. How many owls do we think are left alive?
You don't know. You don't know. And yeah, Percy would know because there were 8 owls that came in, 5 bodies fell down. Simple math. But Arthur does not know, and you do not know because
Right.
fog.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
know how
gonna
many-
reach into my jar of teeth.
Oh,
I'm just gonna grab a handful of teeth.
Uh-oh. Yep.
I'm just gonna be like, I mean, Percy's not the only one with a few new tricks. Blow on them a little bit, and there's like some it's blue fairy pixie dust that blows off of them. I'm gonna cast animate objects on 10 teeth and
Yep.
drop them into the fog bank because they have blind sight
Lovely.
and they fly. So I've got 10 flying teeth now. I like to think that each tooth just grew a pair of tiny little dragonfly wings and became animated as Lark.
Teeth fairies.
literal tooth fairies. Like,
I would say that, yeah, inside the dome, you all see these glowing blue teeth with dragonfly wings just drop out of the sky and then rise up into the air.
Oh,
And
well, that's nasty.
I'm gonna use, so the action is casting the spell, and as a bonus action, I can command any number of them. So for my bonus action, it's gonna be like, kill the owls if you run into any owls in there. Since they each have 30 feet of movement speed and blind sight.
How far does the blind sight go?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so yeah, they'd be able to find the owls. And they have a
Okay.
fly speed of 30 feet,
They have a
tossing
fly.
them in there.
Yeah, I'm casting it while they fall, so they like.
I will say that you can attack all 3 of the owls.
Hell yeah.
They're
One,
not
two,
hard to hit, and owls only have 1 hit point. So you're probably going to kill them with your teeth.
right.
Okay. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, it's +8 to hit and since there's 10 of them.
Yeah, you get 10 attacks.
Yeah.
That is so anime.
Right?
Okay, one of them got a nat 20, and then
Oh
the
my
other-
god.
This is the
I mean, it
first
doesn't
5
matter.
teeth.
You've killed this thing.
Yeah, these are the first 5 teeth. It was nat 20, 19, 27, dirty
Oh, man.
20, and
Yeah,
22.
you've killed all 3 owls. Once again, you see the teeth up into the fog. More bird-like squawking, and 3
Another one.
owl corpses just.
It just hear
Another
from the
one got a
back.
nat 22 because I rolled all 10 attacks just because YOLO, why the fuck not? Yeah, there's just flying teeth in the air above you, zipping around
Somewhere in the
horribly
fog.
fast.
I'm not.
But you watch as 3 more owl corpses fall, and then tumble down your anti-life shell, and then explode into dust.
This is upsetting.
Arthur's
There's a new
gonna,
one.
like, shout, like, telepathic blast, like, I better not have just seen flying teeth.
In like full common, I'm just like, you're welcome.
Oh god. So now it is Percy's turn.
Cool. I don't see anything, do I?
No, you do not. You just see fog.
Cool. I guess I'll just cast spiritual weapon just to have.
Okay,
And
fair enough.
So if I prepare an action, could I prepare both casting a cantrip and using my spiritual weapon, or no, it's probably just casting a
No.
cantrip. So yeah,
It's
I'll
only
just
the casting, because I think
yeah.
it's a bonus action to attack with your spiritual weapon, and so you can't prepare a bonus action, but you can prepare an
Cool.
action.
I'll just prepare a Toll the Dead, or no, I'll just do a Sacred Flame to
Awesome.
hit the next threatening thing that I see. I'll cast Spiritual Weapon
Alright.
at 4th level.
All right. So we just did Percy. Next up is someone, and then after that is Ed. So have that ready. Bounding out of the woods is a Goliath, a female Goliath with a long braid, a fur hood with horns on it, antlers, and she bounds out of the woods, and it flipped off of the page.
Man, everybody got an easy kill. I gotta try to draw blood from this thing.
And she is going to. What does anti-life shell do to spells?
I think nothing.
All right. She's going to flick out her hand, and a column of moonlight appears. And she's going to cast Moonbeam. If I can pull this up real quick.
Is this a Pokemon?
This is a Pokemon.
Is she a Pokemon?
So it's a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. She is assuming that you haven't moved, and she has seen you before you moved as you kind of gathered up and cast that. And she can hit all of you with the Moonbeam. So if you all could make a Constitution saving throw, please. All of you inside the dome. So that would be Ed, Brennan, and Percy.
Am I not in there?
I don't think you are. I think you moved away a little bit to cast Arcane Eye. Or were somewhere else.
I didn't have to move for that. So
I thought you were somewhere else, and then you cast Arcane Eye and were standing there. Okay, well, if you want to be in the dome, you can be in the dome, and you can make the dexterity saving throw, and if you're still in your Arcane Eye, you're doing it at disadvantage. I mean, no, it's not dexterity, it's Constitution, so you don't get disadvantage. Because you don't need to see to resist something physically.
And I rolled a 1, but that's an 8 with my...
All right, so you're going to take full damage.
Hold on.
Percy got a 19.
I'm going to use my
Passed.
14 important.
14 important? Yep, you just save. How's Brennan doing? Oh, and how's Ed?
Ed failed.
Okay. And Brennan's Constitution saving throw? D10s.
That does cancel my Arcane Eye, so I am now like, ugh.
So if you succeeded, you take half of this, but if you failed, you take 14 points of radiant damage, and the moonbeam stays put over your location.
So 7 damage for succeeding.
Yes, 7 damage for a succeed. And then next up will be is Ed. What's Ed doing?
Also, I get to do my prepared action, which is just a Sacred Flame. So she needs to give me a dex save.
Actually, you can't see through the fog, so you can't see her.
Oh.
You're in 2 fog clouds.
Well, that was a wasted action then.
You can hold that until the beginning of your next turn, in which case it goes down, and since it's a cantrip, you didn't waste a spell slot.
Yeah.
So if the fog clouds go down, you'll be able to see her and just launch it at her immediately. Cool. So it doesn't go down, per se.
So can Ed see her?
No, you're both in 2 fog clouds.
Well, then he's probably just also not gonna do anything.
Do, 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 do. All right, so
He's
then,
gonna cure wounds himself.
of course he would.
Yes.
Where is my pencil? I am misplacing all
And I
kinds of
guess
things.
also move out of the moonbeam.
Oh, right. He can move out of the moonbeam, but does that mean he moves out of the, because it's a 5-foot radius. How big is the anti-life shell?
There's a 10-foot radius, so he doesn't have to.
Okay, so he can move out of the moonbeam and not out of the
Yeah.
anti-life shell. Okay. Just clarifying that. So after Ed, who has a 13, is Rerek. You're going first, and then afterwards there's another creature.
Okay. Trying to map this out again. I can't see shit.
No, you are in 2 fog clouds inside of the anti-life shell with a giant moonbeam right on top of you.
My third eye is useless. Are there no more owls?
No, there are not any more owls. All of the owls have died.
Okay. Should have reacted with a counter spell, but whatever.
You could not see them because the fog cloud. Yes.
Well, my magic missile never misses, so I'll
You
just
do
launch
have to
that.
see them.
Fuck off.
I know. This is why I chose to do this.
Dispel magic? Like,
If you have even like wind magic, it can actually get rid of fog cloud. Like
right.
you don't need even to dispel it.
I don't have any of that.
If I'd
have the
known that,
gust
can I
cantrip.
retcon Ed's action? Because he
Oh,
has that.
yes, he has the gust
I
cantrip.
forgot that's what it does.
As long as it makes it like a strong enough wind, it can actually just disperse and move the fog cloud.
All right. I will say yes, you can action gust. I guess he doesn't cure wounds himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Gust, and away goes one fog cloud. Just one.
Okay,
There are
well,
2 separate fog clouds.
Can I fly?
You can cast fly and fly.
Just fly up.
Cool.
Like 30 feet up.
Yep, you fly up into the air and you do see this druid standing there with her antler helm covered in fur. She's definitely a Goliath.
And
just standing there pointing where the moonbeam is.
Yeah, well, I can't really attack her because fly is a spell.
Yes, very true.
So I'll just stay there for a bit in the
All
air.
right. All right. So all of you that you can see watch as another one of these druids runs out of the fog and there are not very many good. Yeah, she sees the moonbeam and she's going to run up into the fog cloud, and you watch as she comes right up to your anti-life shell and kind of runs into it as she holds this sickle made out of ice. And that means that your sacred flame goes off and she has to make a dexterity saving throw. She had nothing good that she could do at this moment in time. I'm assuming a 12 does not succeed.
No.
So she takes some damage.
Yay. Takes 17 radiant damage.
Oh, wow. So you fling this flame at her as it hits her directly in the face after she's already suffered the dignity destroying act of walking into a glass door, you smack her right in the face with a sacred flame.
Ah!
She definitely looks shocked. So after that is Brennan's turn. And then oh, I missed one. Whatever. It'll go last. It's fine. Too many monsters on the field. So it is now Brennan's turn.
Let me see what he wants to do. So we can now see
You can see one of them.
Lady Goliath person who's been attacking.
Yes.
Okay. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? What
I want to look at something real quick.
we want
For no particular reason.
to do. Is she in melee range now?
She is she's up against the edge of the bubble. You all are in the center of the bubble.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
I was thinking about
he could move 5 feet to the edge of the bubble, and I think you can melee attack outside the bubble.
Yes. There's nothing stopping weapons from going through it.
Right.
And also you're on the inside.
Yes.
Once you exit, you can't come back in.
You know what? Let's just guiding bolt.
Ooh.
Yeah. Has next attack roll made against this. Okay, yeah. 46. So what's his thing?
When did Arthur pick up guiding bolt?
What?
This
No,
is-
this is
This
Brennan.
is Brennan.
Oh, Brennan. Okay.
Yeah.
Brennan, the cleric.
What?
I've been
I mean-
giving Arthur some cleric lessons.
Yeah, right.
He's a
That's what they're
devout of Saint
called
Hypatia now,
nowadays.
just like me.
Okay, plus
I'll
7.
convert you too.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Fun
Okay.
fact: you can be a drunk and a priest at the same time.
Oof. Okay, that's a 12. So
Yeah, that does not hit. The guiding bolt blasts out and she turns and it singes the fur on her outfit as it goes off into the distance, but it does not seem to hit as she turns back and slams the scythe up against the side of this bubble, almost waiting for it to go down so she can get in.
lame.
I mean, he's got 4 of them.
Yeah, wait, what?
He's got 4 guiding bolts that he can. You've only used one. He can cast it 4 times a day.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the same attack action. I was like,
No,
what? No, I thought
no,
it was
no.
definitely just one.
No.
Sometimes a guiding bolt and an eldritch blast get really
right.
drunk and they're at the bar together.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna be it for him then.
All right. So, as Jasmine is bounding across the battlefield, you see. Wait one moment. Let me look at this pod. Jasmine immediately skids to a halt and panics as 2 large wolves bound towards her. Yes, they're going to do this. Since they both go at the same time at this point, I'll try and keep them on the better track. They are going to, because they see her, they're both going to open their mouths and blast a cone of cold out. And so she needs to make 2 dexterity saving throws.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay. Well, and since she can't see me, she doesn't get advantage on those, which is a bummer.
Uh-oh.
Hang on one sec. I have to re-add her stat block
Oh.
in my character sheet because the level up.
Oh, interesting.
Pet.
Well, since it's half as much on a success, I'm going to roll the damage while you're adding that.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. She is what? Dex save?
Yes, dex save.
Okay. So one is a 23 and the other is an 18.
Both of them save, so she'll be taking half damage.
Excelente.
So the first one is 17 points of cold damage.
Is that already halved?
No, that
Okay.
needs to be, that'll be halved to 9 points of cold damage. And then 23 points
So
of cold damage rounded down to 12. So 8 and 12
Yeah.
as they blast her.
Holy mother.
Yes. And then the other druid, the third one, is going to bound out of the woods right next to you, Arthur, is going to use her whole movement speed to get up to you. And actually, no. She's actually going to stop short, a bit short, and raise her hand to the sky, and whoo, down comes a moonbeam.
And what do you need for that?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, son of a... Great. Of course it is. And I failed it, so... That was an 8.
Wow. You take a whole whopping 4 points of radiant damage
Woohoo!
as this thing continues
boy.
blazing down over you. And we are back up to the top with Arthur.
Super de-duper. So, some druid bitch just, like, tried to clap these cheeks. So, you know, we're gonna clap back. How far away did she stop short, are we saying?
I'm going to say she stopped about 15 feet back.
I answered.
As she kind of realized, oh, it's probably better to just...
Okay, cool. Well, then we are, I mean, we're definitely going to shoot her in the face. What sort of flavor shooting her in the face is the
Very
question
true.
here. Okay, so let's go. I don't need that because yes, 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 yes. Okay. No, I don't think there's a way I can get sneak attack off. Yes, I can.
Oh, steady aim.
Yep. Where is it?
Yep.
I keep forgetting about that one.
Bonus action.
Okay,
your movement
yep.
speed is 0, which means you're going to be stuck in the moonbeam.
Which is fine. I don't care
Yeah,
about
you'll have to make a Constitution saving throw. It's technically at the start of your turn.
Right. And then we'll do we'll use the sharpshooter, right? Because we have advantage now.
Yes.
Let's call it that. Steady aim
And
sharpshooter.
you have a plus 13 to hit.
Crypt Bane. Okay, so with advantage and then -5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. And then so that's gonna be let's see, this guy.
Ooh, okay.
And then we have 1, 2, and then also 1, 2. And
Okay.
then we get an additional 10.
This is going to be interesting.
Sharpshooter. Yes. Okay, do you need anything split out here? Piercing or fire?
No.
Okay. 10 and 11 is 21 plus another 10 from sharpshooter is 31 points.
Jesus
damage.
Christ.
She did.
Oh, so that's 30 points you said?
31.
31.
Correct.
I'm... Yep. as you wallop her with this arrow, you see her body kind of tense. Usually these people are practically knocked off their feet. You watch as she takes it and barely moves, muscles tensing. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you think.
Hooker. All
Oh,
right.
she's a Goliath.
She is a Goliath.
Very cute.
And so then we also have Jasmine.
Yeah. So, oh right, we had those two wolfy
Yes.
mothers come
You
up
will have to pick between the two of
Left.
them. Left. Okay. She charges left. She has 15 feet to get to them because their cones are 15 feet.
Okay.
So they're both 15 feet away from her and like slightly apart directions. So left one.
Yeah. Can we do a weird thing and say she like runs back and then turns around again so we can get a pounce in? Just like waste 5 feet to.
Yeah.
Okay. And then yeah, so we'll do a pounce, which is going to be a claw attack. And that is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and then may I have a strength saving throw, please?
Okay. Does that mention what size she can knock down?
It does not. Let me pull up the original Panther stat.
Because I was going to say there is no way that she can like knock down certain.
It literally does not make any mention of creature size at all. It just doesn't.
That is weird.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say large or smaller, and these
Right.
things are large. So strength save, you said?
Sure. I mean, I think that's being gracious on your part, but cool. I'll take it. And yes, let me see what that DC is.
21.
Okay, so it passes. Not even gonna finish looking at the DC.
Yep. So
yeah.
how much damage are you dealing to it?
Oh shoot, let me look at the
Because
log.
you did successfully hit it.
Yes, 15 points of slashing damage.
15 points of slashing damage. Ooh, these things are beefy. We'll say it's this one. All right. So next up is Lark.
Okay,
One-
so because
One
one
of the fog clowns
clouds
is gone.
how I can see how many of these druids and wolves?
3. There are 2 wolves and 3 druids.
And I can see all of them now.
Yes, you can see all of them. They all have moved out into the open.
Okay. So how many are like within 30 feet of like the bubble?
One of them is right up on the bubble. I would say another one is 30 feet away from the bubble, just to get the moonbeam in. And the other one is by Arthur, who has moved away. So if we were to like boom one to the other and then one to the other, it's probably 30 feet between the first two and 30 feet between the second two.
Okay, I'm just gonna be like, well, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. I wanna kill you. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to send all of my teeth at the one on the bubble.
Okay. All
And
of you
my
in the bubble
action.
watch as the teeth descend. As she says something in a language you do not understand, but her facial expression, it's probably something along the lines of, what the fuck? As these teeth just...
So yeah, for my bonus action, since she's within 30 feet of all the teeth, they can blind see her and fly to her. Do my teeth
Yes.
deal? What kind of damage do these teeth deal, by the way? It's up to you.
It would probably... I think objects technically deal bludgeoning damage, but I would not be angry if you wanted them to deal slashing damage, because that's what bites typically deal. And they are
Because I was
teeth.
just like, the spell even says it's up to the DM's discretion if certain objects deal non-bludgeoning damage. So
Yes,
yeah,
I feel like I will allow you to choose between bludgeoning damage and slashing damage.
they're
That sort of
slashing.
makes sense
They're
for these.
they're T.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's plus, what is it? I want to say for tiny animated objects, tiny. plus 8 to hit. So 20, that was a 19. So 27, 27, 23, 21, and 10 on the first 5.
10 does not hit.
Okay, so 4 of
So
them
yeah,
hit so
4.
far.
Uh-huh. Yeah, 5 left.
Roll the other 5.
This thing's gonna die.
So 12 and 14 are the lowest. The rest are 19 and up.
Okay, the 12 does not hit, so you have 8 hits.
So 8 hits. So that's going to be 8d4 plus 4 times 8.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry,
So-
what?
Each animated object deals 1d4 plus 4 damage. So I hit her with 8 of them.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's
So what's
basically magic missile, like out the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
it's a 6th level spell though. So
Yeah.
it's a 5th level spell. So that what's 8 times 4? I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
32.
32. So that's a baseline 32.
Uh-huh.
Plus
8d4.
plus 8d4. So 38, 39, 40, 47, and 3 more. 47 plus 5 is 52. 52 damage.
52. Jesus.
She
Okay.
dead.
She is not dead, surprisingly.
Oh,
Oh, that
okay.
wasn't as much as I was hoping.
Wait, is she still up after all that?
Yes, she is, surprisingly.
Lark's just gonna be like, "You're supposed to be dead." I'm gonna use my action to Eldritch Blast.
Yes, you certainly can. She
Um,
also, as you watch the teeth shred, she tenses up as she's going to use her Stone's Endurance. She only saved herself 5 hit points. So she's still royally fucked.
We're gonna send. Do I have to send all of them at once, or can I like target different things with the bolts? I want to see
You
if
can target different things. I will say this. As you are rolling the beams, you can choose what you're aiming at. I'm not one of those people that's going to be like, you have to hit all of them. Like, if you want to send all of them and then one of
I just want to
them
see if I need
kills
to use
her.
all 3 to kill her, or if I can kill her with like 1 or 2 and then send the third.
You probably need 2, but
We'll
you
try
don't
2
know.
on her. Okay. What's my spell attack bonus?
It's probably a lot.
It is plus 12, so it's going to be a 15 and a 17 because I rolled a 5 and a 3.
Yeah, those both are going to hit.
Yay! I'm
Oh, and
damaging
you can
her,
push her.
guys.
You can push her too.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
fun.
shove her 10 feet away from the bubble with this Eldritch Blast too. And she's going to take 16 force damage.
Oh, she is still up.
Okay.
Holy cow, she is still up.
I'll use my
So-
last beam on her.
Okay.
15 to hit.
What
Take
did you get?
another 10 force damage.
Why won't you just
what did you roll? Was it above a 13?
It
Yeah.
was a 15 to hit.
Okay, yeah. And you rolled 10 damage. Yeah, you kill her. She's just wiped off the planet. You
Lark's
kill
just
her.
annoyed that he's like, why isn't she And then like in the last one, he's just gonna shoot her through the heart or something dramatic.
Yeah, blast her through the heart. She flies back. Her corpse lands. The one that's pointing at the moonbeam just goes, Hester! And that's the end of Hester the Druid.
I'm just gonna turn my head to the moonbeam one, and I like to think that all of the teeth rotate towards her now.
Lark, she's all yours.
Yep.
We're eating good tonight.
So
About
after
to do some
Lark
crazy
is Percy.
Cool.
And you killed the druid that would have gone after Percy. So woo.
Nice.
It'll then be Ed.
Well, I was gonna spiritual weapon bonus action. Can my spiritual weapon get to the other one? It only has 20 feet of movement.
She's 30 feet from the bubble.
Cool. Well,
So it floats on over if you'd like.
It's on its way.
Oh, Arthur, I
and-
forgot to have you make your saving throw against the moonbeam since you didn't move out of it.
Oh, is that at the end of my turn?
It's technically at the beginning of your turn. I should have had you made it at the beginning of your turn, but
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry. Okay, what am I rolling?
Constitution saving throw. Also, since it's the beginning of the turn, that means Percy, you're gonna have to make a con saving throw.
But I already took damage from it.
You did, but it's at the beginning of your turn.
But the spell only activates on the beginning of turns.
Okay.
Of
Oh,
every
right, yeah.
So I think
Okay.
I took damage from it when I shouldn't have.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so those were both the damage that you took at the beginning of your turn. So don't make the saving throw, Arthur. You're fine.
Oh, I was gonna
That
say,
was the
yeah, I
damage you
definitely
took.
did take damage. Okay, all right,
You
cool.
did
I'm cool with
take
that.
damage. You took it. I,
Yeah.
like a dumb person, did it when she cast it, not where it should have been, which was the beginning of the turn. So
Okay,
you all are spared damage, and we'll pretend it happened
Hell,
yeah. Next turn. Yeah,
next turn if they're alive,
Yeah, right.
because y'all are blenders.
Blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There
now,
is still
now
one
it has
fog
actual
cloud up,
blades.
I will say. But you can just about see the druid pausing the
Cool.
moonbeam.
So I guess my bonus action is just moving my spiritual weapon over. And my main action, I'm gonna kind of look at Ed and be like, remember our old combo? And I'm gonna use my path to the grave on the lady. Is this ghastly green hands envelop her and sicken her?
Yeah, she kind of does a little bit of a dodge as she sees these apparitions come towards her. And I think next up is Ed.
Yeah. And he's gonna cast lightning bolt.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
she
yep.
needs a dexterity saving throw.
Yes. Oh. She
DC
rolled a
15.
7. So she's
Yeah.
getting hit.
So she's taking 8d6 times 2.
Yes.
All right.
And you watch, of course, as her muscles tense as she uses her stone's endurance. Now none of them have stone's endurance.
Nice. That is 34 damage times 2, which is 68 lightning damage.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that's not going to save her. We won't need to worry about her anymore. And the moonbeam goes down. Her stone's endurance did nothing. She only saved herself 4 points. And she was already at 50 hit points. She is dead.
Oh, okay.
As she is fried to death by this lightning bolt.
Oof.
Cool.
Oh,
So now
God.
that Ed has gone, that means that one of the winter wolves, the other winter wolf, is going to wait. Nope, doesn't get its breath back. Is going to charge Jasmine.
Go ahead, bitch.
And is going to bite her.
Go ahead.
It's only a 13.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, and he doesn't have multi-attack, so that is the end of his turn.
Yeah.
And so next up is Brennan. And then the final winter wolf and the druid that is up against you, Arthur.
Okay.
When's my turn?
Oh. You would have gone after the wolf. Okay, let's have your turn now. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rerek, then Brennan. There are so many people on this battlefield.
Yeah, let's swipe.
And to think, I was about to have the other 2 druids also cast Conjure Animals and also conjure 8 owls.
Okay. I didn't get to map out the
No.
field, but so I'm 30 feet up in the air.
Yes, you are.
And the druid that was like stabbing with the icicle on the bubble
She is
is
dead.
The
The one that
moonbeam
caused the moonbeam is dead because of the lightning bolt. So now
right?
there's only the one next to Arthur and the two winter wolves that are about 100 feet away from you, attacking Jasmine.
Oh, and they're all close quarter fighting.
Yes, so
Oh, shit.
Jasmine is right next to the two wolves that are on either side of her, basically, as she's just like getting wrecked. And then there's the final druid that's still alive in the like 15 feet away from Arthur with a moonbeam over Arthur, who's just been shot.
Oh no! Let's shoot that person with a magic missile. Level
All right.
3.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So that's 5 bolts. So that's 5d4 plus 5. Give me that sweet, sweet force damage.
I'm doing the digital dice and it wouldn't stop moving, so it's still calculating the thing.
Oh my god.
Okay, there it is. What did come up? 32.
32 points of damage. Woof. And she doesn't have Stone's Endurance anymore.
Nope.
So you just pelt her with this arcane energy as she doesn't know what to do with herself. So yeah, after that is Ed. And then after Ed, it's going to be the wolf, the final wolf, and the druid. And then we're back up to the top.
I thought it
You
was
mean Brennan?
Brennan. Yes,
Yeah.
Brennan.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna guiding bolt again, I guess, at Arthur's druid one.
Yes.
Where is that? Where did I put it? Where did I put it?
And she's not doing so hot, so Brennan might take her out.
Found it. Okay, where's my D20? Yeah, that's a 23.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, so
She does not have many hit points left. She is looking real bad.
She died.
Yeah, that is 11 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, only 11.
Yeah.
She gets blasted with this icy white light, and she glows and shimmers as the next attack roll against her has advantage. But she is still up. Somehow.
Yep, we're gonna call that good.
All right. And so the next actually let me check. Yeah, actually she can do this, and she is going to do this because she can maintain concentration. She is going to use her change shape ability to transform into an owl and fly away. She's going to flee. And the last wolf is going to go for a bite attack on Jasmine. Wait.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
Ah, crap.
Ooh, even better.
Ah, crap.
So he's going to blast her again with his cold breath that he just got back. Dexterity saving throw, please.
What's your problem with the cat?
And that is a 22.
That is a success. So that means she's going to be taking half damage.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever half of 17 is.
Okay, so 9 or
9 points of
down?
damage. She's down?
No, I said is it rounded down?
No, it's rounded up.
Rounded up, so 9, yeah, okay.
Yeah, 9 points of damage.
Okay.
I thought I downed her.
Oh, no. We're good. We're good.
Okay. So we are back up to the top with Arthur.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, and Constitution saving throw.
Yep, that.
Because you are still in the moonbeam.
And that's a 12?
Ooh, that doesn't succeed.
Oh no.
6 points of radiant damage.
You sound so excited about that.
It burns us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that her owl form is still glittering. And she only managed to make it 120 feet. No, wait, no, she would have only made 60 feet. She's 60 feet away. This glowing owl is 60 feet away.
Okay. I'm not attacking the owl.
You're not attacking the owl?
No,
or you
I'm
are?
attacking the winter wolf. The one that has higher hit points, the one that just recently attacked Jasmine.
Ah, yes.
Yep. I'm gonna sharpshooter steady aim that motherfucker with Cryptbane.
Ooh, all right.
And that's a 26 to hit.
26. Yep, that hits.
Okay.
And you do have an ally.
Do.
So now that you have to roll your massive amount of dice.
Yeah, 2 sneak attack, 2 fire. I think that's
regular damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's it.
All right.
And
Give
then
me the
plus
damage.
the 10 from...
Right, because you hit.
Yep, okay. So that's a total of 20 plus another 10 is 30.
All right. 30
And
points of damage.
because I forgot this last time, since Jasmine actually is in range of me, she can attack since I made an attack. So she's gonna bite the one that has the fewer hit points that like breath or bit her last time.
Yes.
So we're gonna do a Bataite, which is a 13.
13 just hits.
Yes, nice. Okay. So that's 15 piercing.
Oh my god.
And then we are going to do for her turn, another bite attack against the same one.
Yes.
Oh, 1 point away from a crit. That's a 30 to hit.
Oh my god. Yes, that hits.
Okay. And then I rolled another 1. That's another 12 points of piercing.
It is somehow still up.
That's a bunch
After
of
all
horse
of that, it is still up, but it looks real badly hurt.
Horse crap.
So I would say that of course, since all three of the both of the fog cloud would probably have gone down. So there's no more fog cloud. You can see everything clearly. The rain is gone. So after Arthur is Lark.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
You do see Jasmine getting double teamed by a pair of wolves, one of which looks real badly hurt, about 100 feet away from you.
100 feet away. My teeth can't get there.
No, they
There's
cannot.
also the owl druid.
Yes, she is still glowing and flying away. She's only made it 60 feet away from Arthur, so she probably is still within range if you want to hit her. And neither form has that many hit points, so you could probably kill both of them at the same time.
So I'm going to Eldritch Blast. It has a range of 120 feet, so I don't even have to move.
Right.
I'm going to
Who are
send
you
one
blasting?
beam at the druid who's sparkling because
she has advantage. You have advantage on the attack against her because of the guiding bolt, because of Brennan's guiding bolt.
How is a 24 to hit?
Oh, that hits. And you definitely just knock her out of her owl form. So that's 1 point. So whatever damage you deal, subtract 1 point from it, and we'll see if you kill her.
So 1 point off of that, she'll take 12 more damage.
Oh, yeah, you kill her. You blast her. She transforms into a regular person and just almost arms at her side, just ragdoll flies through the air and lands on the ground,
Oh,
skidding across the ground and coming to a stop.
that was crunchy.
Because she was like 30 feet in the air and just took a nosedive.
No, there's one. There's another one. I mean, I'll look at the wolves and be like, I might as well. And I'm gonna send 2 bolts at the less damaged one.
The
Do my
less
Eldritch
damaged
Blast.
one. The
The other 2.
undamaged one, I should say.
The undamaged one. Ugh. So I got a nat 1, which is only a 13 with my modifier.
13 just hits.
Oh, okay. And then so the other one's a 28. Okay.
So yeah, both of them hit.
So that's gonna be 20 force damage to that.
20 force damage.
And I'm gonna move it 5 feet away.
Yes, let me cross off the druid. Let me.
Because does repelling blast do 5 or 10 feet?
I think it does 10 feet.
No, let me double check. Repelling blast. It's 10 feet. So yeah, I'm gonna push it 10 feet away from Jasmine.
Yep. So now she is only engaged with the one very, very hurt winter wolf as it just
Yeah. I'll quicken another Eldritch Blast, and we'll set one beam at the
usual.
Very injured one.
Yeah.
That's going to be 22 to hit.
Yeah. And Agonizing Blast adds your charisma modifier, and your charisma modifier is how much?
My charisma modifier is 5, so that's 12.
Okay, you kill it. You just blast a hole straight through its head. It's dead. There's only one winter wolf left.
And 2 beams of that one.
Awesome.
17 and dirty 20 to hit.
All right, both of them hit. Roll damage.
6 plus 9 is 15, plus another 10 is 25 force damage.
25. Oof.
And that's 2 sorcery points off to quicken.
All right. So after Lark is Percy.
Cool.
Yeah, you definitely see about 100 feet away, you see Lark blast one of the winter wolves through the head and send another one flying. It's very hurt.
Nice. And the only one left is how far away from me?
I'd say 120. It was knocked 10 feet.
Anything that can reach that is the question.
You do have 30 feet of movement, which would take it down to 90 feet.
I guess the only spell I have that can even hit is Guiding Bolt. So I guess I'll just do
a good classic.
A big boy Guiding Bolt.
Are you upcasting
what's
Guiding
a good
Bolt?
level? I mean, yeah. I'll do a 5th level Guiding Bolt.
Awesome.
As I
roll to hit.
Just shoot a big old blast of light at this thing.
Just screaming. That's just the equivalent of this universe's equivalent of a Hadouken.
Yeah, literally.
That is a 27 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits. Roll damage. Let's see if you can kill this thing in one shot.
So 5th level. So normal is 46, and then I'm casting it 4 levels higher.
You get an extra
8d6.
8d6, yeah. 8d6 damage. If you don't kill this thing with 8d6, I will be shocked.
All right.
It has not got that many hit points.
That is 29 radiant damage.
Oh my god. You did not kill it.
I didn't?
No. It's got 1 hit point.
Oh my god.
Well, unless you want to do anything else, next up is Ed with Rerek on deck.
All right, Ed, do you have Guiding Bolt?
Yeah, right.
No, he doesn't.
Surprisingly, he doesn't.
No.
I think I just opted to give him Lightning Bolt because it seemed more of what he would do.
How far? What's the range on Lightning Bolt? It's 100 feet.
Oh, it's
So
only 100 feet?
I could just cast lightning bolt again.
It's an option.
To do 1 HP of damage.
It takes half on a success,
Yeah,
so
well,
you might
fuck
as
it, why
well.
not?
Ed just blasts this thing with a lightning bolt and it just fries and dies. I'll say he probably moves in such a way that the straight line doesn't hit Jasmine. Because it's within 5 feet of the line. So he can move in such a way that it doesn't hit Jasmine. He blasts it and it dies. So we are now out of combat.
Yay!
As everyone has died a horrible, horrible death.
Yay!
Lark's just gonna whistle and all of his teeth are gonna fly back to him.
Awful.
And of course, Ed just goes, I swear, he gets worse and worse every time we see him.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
And then the last one, instead of putting it in his palm and putting it back in his jar, he's just gonna have it fly directly into his mouth.
That's so gross.
Handy teeth.
Arthur is gonna cast Healing Spirit, like he's just gonna say he's running towards Jazz. As soon as he gets in range, he's gonna cast Healing Spirit and run up and like cuddle on her, like,
Yep.
He's very concerned.
Yes.
We'll just say we do that as many times as it lasts. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna take a long rest, but nah.
Yeah.
Should we?
I was worried about her.
Lark's just gonna be like, so that was a time.
So are we assuming those are servants of the hags?
What made you guess?
Mostly the whole ice theme of things.
Yeah, no.
Yes, there's some frost and some ice and
Some
should we check the bodies? I feel like that might be helpful.
Sure.
Personally, I'd really rather not. I don't feel like examining any corpses here.
I'll examine a corpse.
Oh, you're
Neat.
quite good at that, aren't you? Could you maybe get some teeth out for me?
No.
What about a face?
It's gonna be on you
these
if you
pretty
want that.
Goliaths?
I mean, there's one that's already about halfway off. Because
Oh,
it
yes.
landed on the ground.
Lark's just like,
skidded along the ground.
don't forget the one out in the fort. I downed her when she turned into an owl and she kind of went, ooh, splat. And yes, I feel
I'll
like
just
she
start with
passed
the
it.
one that's right next to me, and do I guess roll investigation on her or something?
Yeah, you can roll investigation.
I'll give you the help
Guidance
action.
myself.
So yep, you have advantage in a D4.
I rolled a
Arthur and the guys
4.
are just gonna take a walk. Like we're gonna walk our old patrol route. Just have some air for a minute.
All right.
Yep.
Unnatural. Oh wait, 24 investigation.
So you find, in a very similar nature to when you attacked Brennan's mother, there is a very similar cord with a very similar knot on it, but the emblem is gone. But there is a massive wet spot on her clothes where it was.
Cool.
She is also holding in her hand where she had that sort of sickle made out of ice that she was slamming up against your anti-life shield. It is now just a wet tube of hide where the hilt was, and the ground around her and her hand is wet.
Gross.
Seems that she had 2 pieces of jewelry made out of ice that then melted. But yeah, she's definitely a Goliath. It seems like she wasn't traveling with really anything on her. I would say you probably find like some sort of like
bones,
berries and like things that she would have picked up from the forest to feed herself, because she's a druid, she can do that. But really there wasn't really much on her. And if you investigate the other corpses, it's the same thing. They also have this weird tube of hide that they have, and the cord with the knot on it that clearly held something, but there's now just a wet spot on their shirts.
So I'll go up to Brennan after I'm done with all that and say, you haven't had any communication from the hags, dreams, messages. This group is the kings of weird dreams, so anything?
Not that I remember.
Insight?
Yeah, you can insight.
Are you lying, child?
That's gonna be a 21.
He isn't lying. He's being truthful.
Cool.
He then goes, I sometimes Saint Freya says weird things. It might be the hags trying to trick me into doing things, making me think it's Saint Freya, but I can tell when it's not her.
Well, that's good. Apparently the hags want you. So
You're
get
the
to the
bait.
bottom of that.
He can be our bait. We can use him as bait.
Arthur, I guess we'll say he like walks back in at that moment.
Around that moment, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
say.
He's like, wait, what did he say? Remember that part when I said we shouldn't bring him? Does anybody remember that?
Well, we're this far.
I mean, it's always better to have what a hag wants than not have what a hag wants when you meet a hag.
We have learned that a few times.
I don't have words.
I mean, we don't have to trade him over.
Well, our goal is killing them, so
suggesting that.
Do we really have to kill them, though?
Yes.
I'm leaning towards yes.
I mean, obviously, if they keep trying to kill us, but
they're responsible for the destruction of my village. I'm going to kill them. I mean, you can come if you want.
By those standards, Rerek should be being slaughtered by an entire tribe of fungus people at this point.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a fungus person.
Maybe sleep with one eye open, though, Rerek. You should be suspicious of mold.
Of what?
That would be
mold.
They were very moldy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
well, I am vegetarian. I can just eat that.
Rest.
I'm gonna go get the house up,
Yeah.
and we can get on the road again tomorrow.
So excited to be back inside of the church.
Lark's just gonna go up to the kid and be, or I guess he's not. He's older than Rerek, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 17 or 18, around that age.
Yeah.
Sad.
How was your first time killing someone on purpose? I know you didn't land the killing blow yourself, but that little trick you did with the light made her very easy to hit. At this point, he's like, I don't know. He's like, see the corpse that Percy dragged over with half her face missing. You did that. Well, helped me do that.
Oh,
you did that.
It didn't feel how I thought it would feel.
Don't let him get in your head.
Don't
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just murder.
We do that every
kid,
day.
right?
How about let's not encourage the literal child to start killing? All right, we don't need that.
Are you talking about me?
Then I'm just gonna be like, our little secret.
Rerek just goes, are you talking about me? I've been with these people.
It's too late for you at this point.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of too late for him too. Like he already did it. We didn't really tell him to, but
He was defending himself, and he's on a quest to avenge his family and come to terms with some really difficult things, which I would think someone like you, Arthur, would have some sympathy about.
avenge his family. They were idiots.
Idiots that made a terrible mistake in the name of their child who they loved.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Was it really that terrible of a mistake, though?
Oh my
I'd once again say yes.
Again with the whole where we're standing.
to a concerned family member, I mean, let me put it this way. I'd slaughter an entire village if it was to save one of my siblings. I wouldn't lose a wink of sleep over it. Honestly, I'd probably enjoy it, but that's just my personality.
Ugh.
Well, Lark,
Has anyone ever told you you're exhausting?
Only late at night, if you know what I mean.
All right.
I do
How
not.
about all of us go stand in separate parts of the village until I put the house up, and then we can all go to bed.
Oh, come, Brennan. I'll tell you stories about hags in the Feywild, so you'll get a better understanding of them before you meet some.
Whatever, Mom.
You do see Ed. I am going to be chaperoning him for this entire story session.
And
That's probably
so
for
I'm just
best.
going to be like, does he speak Sylvan?
And he kind of frowns. Ed does not speak Sylvan.
I
I
cast
believe I
tongues
gave
on
him.
Ed.
I'm going to subtle spell counterspell it.
Oh shit!
Did you just counterspell me?
I mean, can you tell if I counterspell you if I subtle it?
I know it was counterspelled.
You know it was counterspelled, and I mean, come on. With this party, there's only one person.
Right. Right.
You might as well have just saved your sorcery points and just did it out loud.
Right.
There's only one person it's coming from.
Percy,
No one
why
else
are you so
counterspells.
aggressively? Go make the house with your little spells. You're going to scare little
He's a
Brennan.
good kid, all right? He still has hope, a future ahead of him to be a good person.
Maybe.
I'm just teaching him about the other side of the coin. It's fine.
I mean,
I
he
look
could
at
also...
Brennan once again, and I'm like, no seeds. Promise me, no seeds.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
And
I don't
so-
know. I guess walking the grounds, lost in memory, like...
Yeah, we'll say you do continue walking for an hour as Percy prays and puts up this vast cathedral.
I'm just gonna spend the hour telling Brennan in Sylvan just about like what it's like in the Feywild and like what hags are like. And like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna be like, oh, they're horrifying if you're not prepared. Hilarious, but horrifying.
He is ever so slightly scared. Like there's a part of him that's like, no, I can do this. I can be brave. But then there's also the other part of, oh, I'm gonna die. And so it's a little bit of that.
But I'm gonna like round out the story and be like, but now you're part of one. Just a little bit of you. You're not entirely human anymore. You don't smell like them. Lark kind of like reaches out a finger and like scrapes a little bit of his skin and then puts it in his mouth and he goes, you don't even taste like a human anymore.
And he kind of looks at his slightly bluish skin, and he looks up at you with his pale, icy eyes, and he's like, obviously, I don't think I've been human for a while.
Circumstances aside, darling, you have to realize what a gift you've been given. Very few of your kind make the transition from mortal to, I suppose, still mortal as a fae, but you have the potential for growth now. Why, the last mortal I saw turn into a fae turned all the way into an archfey. She was a real go-getter, that one. Honestly, I'm just happy I could have a small part to play in her transformation. All of this is in Sylvan.
Yeah. And of course, Ed is tapping his foot, frustrated, of like, I can't understand this conversation, and every attempt to help me has failed. Just very cross. And so then, Percy, you get the cathedral up, and you all go inside, and you all bed down for a long rest. In the night, Percy, you have a dream. You can tell this is some sort of interference happening. It's not a natural dream. You see this skeletal corpse, skin so taut and scaly, with a cloak that at the top looks like stars and at the bottom looks like flesh with eyes, and a crown of stone, and a staff with tentacles. And the chest opens up and a tentacle comes out. And you just hear, "I'm so sorry, Percy." But right before the tentacle hits, she explodes. And walking into view is Belladonna. Just walking into view. She's reading the Necronomicon. Don't worry about that. That was a dream thing. I'm the real one. Don't worry. You can trust me.
I'm dreaming. Oh my God. Wait, what was it? Was that real? Was that like a real in my head thing?
Yeah, it probably could have hurt you, but don't worry, I clearly took care of it. And then it kind of
Oh,
okay, well, it won't hurt you now. I have been reading a little bit in the Necronomicon. I haven't found quite the right answers, but we do need to kill the last two chains.
okay.
According to my reading, the chains are kind of like when you tie a boat to the dock. While they're still there, it's very hard to push Tharizdun back out to the astral sea, where he is a little bit more vulnerable. Simply because, of course,
Gotcha.
other things can get to him, and the material plane is a little bit different. It's a lot of metaphysical stuff that I'm still not quite sure that I'm understanding, but it's something. So we need to kill the other two of them.
Well, you and Arthur made pretty quick work of the last one.
Yeah, but that was a disintegrate spell. And I still have a lot of work to do, so I don't know when they're gonna come. All I know is I did a little bit of asking around in and she looks at the starry expanse places. You probably don't want to know who I've been talking to, but whatever. It seems like Saint Peleus, who is one of them, I'm sure you know,
Yeah.
you probably know, has receded into his realm. They have their own like little realms, and it's separate from their phylactery realms. I don't know if you need to go there as well. I think you didn't
Yeah,
you destroy them?
we've already destroyed all the phylacteries.
Okay, good. Okay, so he has receded into his particular realm called Basilica. Um, and I don't know how to get there, but you can get there, and you have to kill him there because he's not leaving. Call the shaman. I have no idea what he's doing. He's somewhere. He's not in his realm, but he's somewhere. So it
Okay.
looks like they're. It looks like Cull is probably going to attack you at some point. At some point. And if you kill him, oh well, it's harder to get St. Peleus, who's in his domain. However, if he kills you, then everything is over and he can retreat to his realm and they can put together their little scheme to pull Tharizdun out and whatever. So it's kind of a win-win. Even if Cull the Shaman dies, it's a win-win because you can't get to Peleus, or they think you can't get to Peleus. I'm still looking. There is a way to get to Basilica without needing St. Peleus. I just need to figure it out. So whatever you're doing, just keep an eye open in case Call the Shaman comes for you, because he might.
Gotcha.
Other than that, I don't really have a lot of answers. I've been asking a lot of questions and not really getting a lot of answers. It's very frustrating. These things
There's
are
a lot
very
of that.
frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, these beings are very frustrating.
A lot of just free us, we'll give you power. It's really
Oh
annoying.
yeah. Yeah, I've did you find the little thing underneath in the mines with all of the crystals?
Oh yeah, we were there.
Oh yeah. I managed to find that place. This cloak is very handy. I can just walk through the astral sea and pop out wherever I want. It's very convenient. Um,
Cool.
so I managed to get in there and I talked to a few of them. They did mention that they were somehow attached to you. I don't think I can undo that, but I have been asking around, haven't been getting a lot of answers. I'm going to get back to asking questions and hopefully getting answers, but probably won't. Sorry, a lot of information, not a lot of time, got shit to do.
No, it's cool. I feel like we're usually the ones that info dump on you. It's
Very
nice
true.
to be, I don't know, have some help.
Well, yeah, I still got a lot of reading to do, and hopefully I can be of more help, especially because I'm in the middle of this. But yeah, I will see you on the flip side. And
All
then
right.
she just vanishes into the starry expanse, and your eyes flutter open,
I like to
and
think
it's the
I have a
morning.
few more moments of dreaming where I'm just like in this void with this weird creature, and I'm just like, ugh. And I wake up.
Yep, and you wake up bright and early in the morning. The next few days of travel, as you
I'll tell my friends, of course, what I've learned. And keep an eye out for Call the Shaman.
yeah. So of course you get all this information. Um, the days of travel up are entirely uneventful. Unless anybody has any role play stuff that they want to do, you all spend your days doing whatever it is that you do on long travel days. Probably having a few spats with Ed, seeing as how he's not exactly being nice. But
He's the most
eventually you do.
In his defense, I feel like we're the ones who aren't nice to him at this point.
Very true. It is a mutual hatred. Um, and you manage to make it
I
all the way
think
up.
no role play. I think even just in the last interaction, Percy was finding himself aligning more with Ed than his own party at some point. So I think there's just a little bit of reconnection that happened, some conversations, some where we're learning to, in the beginning phases of moving past some old angers towards each other.
Yes. So we'll just say that that's been happening, simmering, brewing, whatever that may turn into. Um, of course, he probably asks about Landon. He's known about Landon for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Probably asked about Landon. But yeah, you finally make it up to Lockjaw. It's a small village, not very large. None of the buildings are over 2 stories high. There is a chapel that is up on a hill, but there is something that you notice. Beside the village, there is a village of tents. Brown, earth tone tents. Strung between them are multicolored flapping flags, pennants on strings. And you see there are people moving through these. They're tall and very hairy with huge horns, but they're not minotaurs. You're not quite sure what they are. But they seem to be moving around and doing something. And you come up to the village, small as it is, and in the distance there is a huge mountain covered in snow. And you come up to the Frostbitten Fist, the tavern that seems to be in the area. And inside, it's not very busy. It's actually also kind of cold. The fire still doesn't warm the area enough. It's been getting progressively colder and occasionally snowing a little bit, just little showers of snow here and there. And as you come into the Frostbitten Fist and pile into this small tavern, you notice the two people sitting at the bar on the other side, of course. One of them gets up. You notice it's a woman, stout, kind of heavier set. She has a hook for a hand and an eye patch. Her face around the eye patch is very messed up. And the man has a huge claw mark across his face. And the man gets up and, all right. Anything I can do for you?
Ale, please. For the love of all that is holy.
It is cheap, but it is ale. And he pours you a stein of ale. So, what brings you to Lockjaw?
But
Traveling?
out of game here, have we heard at all about if like is it cool for just like we're here to kill the hags, or do people like the hags? Do they hate the hags? What's the situation on the
People tend to
hags?
not like hags. Hags are not something that people like.
Cool.
Can I so when while we're traveling to the town, can I make a few persuasion checks on Brennan to like sway him over to be like, I'm Fey now. Checking out the Feywild might be cool and hip to do. I just want to be like you're not human anymore. You might as well go see what it's like. And I'm not gonna like sugarcoat everything, but I'm gonna point out the parts that stereotypically humans would enjoy. Like the gumdrop forest in Princess Bubble Tart's small domain. I'm not going to be like, and there's the eternal orgy at Lord Hersam's place. I mean, Arthur would actually probably like that one. Just leaving out some of the spookier parts, but I'd like
All
to
right. Make 3.
Yay!
The first one will be at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, with disadvantage, that's still a 14.
Okay, not bad.
Next one, because it's proficiency plus, so it's plus 10.
Uh-huh.
Next one is going to be a 25.
Oh my goodness, yes. Okay.
Next one is going to be a 22.
Yeah, so you think Brennan still has that sort of tentative, shy behavior. But you think you could probably convince him to go to the Feywild if you tried.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to warm him up to the idea. He's just been swarmed by all these church folk who keep brainwashing him about the saints and like, honey, you're a Fey now. You're better than that.
I just think the Saints are neat. All right, I just think they're neat.
It's clear that you're probably not going to shake his faith. He has completely dedicated himself to Saint Freya, but he's not opposed to going to the Feywild.
I think. Oh, you're not done. I thought we were. Go, please. I'm sorry.
At one point, Lark will even be like, I mean, some of the saints even talk to some of the Archfey. We sent Percy's sister off to an Archfey's domain, and it was the saints who had access to it. So our gods occasionally mingle with your gods. He's just like, this, you should summer in Italy. Everyone does it. And they're young and full of life.
Yeah.
Take up Feywild vacation.
Timeshare.
Once you go sailing, you won't be a hater.
So the barkeep gets you your ale, Arthur.
I think Percy's gonna, given we have 3 holy men here, is gonna sort of try to, I don't know, put on the air of some dignified clergy here.
Ed definitely does the same thing. Brennan is just too shy.
Yeah. And I think Ed probably coached me in these ways of his travels of, if you act like an important, fancy churchman, people will give you respect. And so like we're here from the Darkmoor Cathedral. We've heard you've had some troubles with hags.
Yes, quite a bit. 3 of your clerics went up there. They did not come down.
Is that so? Could you tell us anything about what you know of the hags or of our previous party that went to investigate them?
Previous clerics probably dead. Father Freeze also went up with whatever little child he took with him, and he has not come down either.
Those are the Yetis, aren't they?
Yep.
We didn't. How did that situation resolve? We just like smuggled them out of the city, didn't we?
Yeah. Basically,
So
they just went back.
just went back. That's fine.
Yep.
I didn't. I feel bad for the Yetis. So I guess Percy's kind of concerned for these Yetis. But there were 3 of them. So another person was with the Yetis.
No, it was 3 clerics that were sent from the church, and then Father Freeze and the little tiny child
Oh,
went
and then
up
they
the mountain as
also
well.
went.
So it's been
Oh my
multiple people have been
God.
up the mountain, and none of them have come back.
I totally forgot about those things.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since the
We're in
Yetis.
episode 93.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
just
been a
not
while. I think it
idle.
was, I want to say it was like episode 30 when the Yetis were around, somewhere around that time.
That was like season 1.
We're in like season 4 at this point.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, Father Freeze went. I'm familiar with him. I met him earlier this year.
Yes, nice
he's
man, little
gone.
crazy. Yes, he has not
That's
come back
fair.
down the mountain.
Okay, so up that mountain is where these hags are.
Yes. They
All
also
right.
seem to have displaced the yak folk.
The
yak
yak
folk
folk.
thing in the tent.
I'm not familiar with yak folk.
Yeah, they travel around. They like their ancestors. They like the elements. They are shamanistic. It seems they view the mountain as holy, and they want to take their Sarina recently died, and they wish to take her up the mountain so that they can give her a proper funeral. But the hags are not allowing them to go up, so they are stuck with her body until then.
That's very sad, but the only thing Colton the human thinks when I hear that is we have to take Madame Zeroni up the mountain.
Right.
Well, it's just going to be like, I mean, if it was that important to them, surely they would have found something to barter with the hags to take her corpse.
Well,
They
not
do not
everyone is as
barter.
familiar.
They do not barter with those who disrespect their holy sites.
That's fair. Well, I think it might be smart of us to have a conversation with these yak people.
It would probably be a good idea. And you may have an opportunity right around, and he's kind of looking, and you see the woman kind of looks out the window, and there's a moment's pause before there is a loud horn that is sounded.
Excuse me.
There you go. You can go over there now. They are holding their 7th funeral. They must hold them continuously until they are able to give her the proper funeral.
Ah, okay. Well, thank you. We'll be on our way then.
And as you leave the tavern and cross over across the sort of road, the wide road and field to get to the tent of the yak folk, and you watch as they begin to congregate in the center of town, we will end our episode there. So join us next week where we figure out what is happening with the yak folk. And I will see all of you next week.